This is the after-action report for turn 41 of Over the Reich versus John Petrosky. So this turn, I received two special missions, Schweinfurt and Regensburg, and Operation Hydra. Orders have been received to target a series of ball-bearing factories at Schweinfurt, with a secondary attack to the Messerschmitt factory at Regensburg. It is believed that successfully destroying these targets, and in particular the ball-bearing factories, will have a profound effect on the German war effort. 12 B-17F units have been made available for this raid, plus whatever other forces you can muster. This mission must be completed on or before turn 52. And then Operation Hydra. Orders have been received for Bomber Command to target the Peenemünde Army Research Center. 3 Lancaster and 3 Halifax bombers have been made available for this raid, along with any other forces you can muster. This mission must be completed on or before turn 48. Well, the way the random stuff works, I guess I can get 2 special missions at once. It's not so bad since they were, day and night. Anyway, so for the day mission, Schweinfurt, Regensburg, I have to get to Schweinfurt and Regensburg. So my 12 B-17s were given to me at Boxstead. And so basically I moved them forward to here, and they're covered at high altitude by a whole bunch of P-47s. So at least this turn I'm hoping that if they're attacked, the Germans will suffer very heavy losses. I have some P-38s mixed in as well. And they were also able to cover the bombers coming back from Lyon. I'm probably not going to attack this factory again, just because it's more important to do the special targets, since if I fail, the Germans get a lot of stuff, usually. I don't remember exactly what they get. So also this turn, you see all these stray P-38s, they all attacked, stray fighters that were just around. So it got some pretty decent number of kills this time. So I have my B-17s here. I have a few B-24s. Some of these are returning from Lyon. And I also have some more that I will send out next turn. I'm not sure if I'm going to move the full 20 spaces with the bombers, or if I'm just going to move 10 and then have some of the B-24s catch up and then surpass. Because because moving 10 squares also means I'm still within escort range of the P-47s. So on the other hand, that might tip him off to the fact that there's something coming. Although I guess it's kind of obvious that this much force probably isn't attacking Leo, or maybe not. We'll have to figure it out. Not much I can do about it anyway. So, it might have been nice to have saved my Italian bombers for this campaign, but whatever. And so it goes. So I don't really have much else at the moment. Anything else I might have done, I sort of put on hold. So I was going to send out some bombers here. But instead, I'm probably going to wait for all these damaged bombers to come in, transfer the veteran status, and then sort of have that as a reserve force, since they're faster and can get to the towns quicker. So we'll see how that goes. I have a little bit of time for this particular mission. Now, Operation Hydra on the night map came at a very convenient time, because I already have a bunch of Halifaxes out here ready to attack something, so I can just divert them over to Peenemünde and, get the mission objective there. And failing that, I at least have a couple more bombers. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to send out the Lancasters. The reason being that it might tip him off that the Operation Hydra mission is coming, if he notices that they're Lancasters. And because, if I only have a couple, it's pretty obvious that I haven't actually researched, I think it's Strategic Bombers 3 yet. So that's about all I can think of for this turn. I have a couple of cities continuing to build Refinery 3s, even though they should technically switch to something else. The reason for that is that I expect to get Industry 3 next turn, so those cities will then be able to rush a factory without losing the shields by switching to train and then switching back later, or switching after the next train is built, because you used to lose some shields that way. So the Battle of the Atlantic is still going fine. John Petrovsky doesn't seem to have decided to, contest it again. And I think, when I destroyed a couple submarines in port, that might have sort of crippled his abilities. And so he doesn't, or he just figures he can't defend the ports on the west coast of France, and it's too hard to get submarines in from other ports. So, that's all for turn 41.